Hey guys, Mark Lassane, ICAST 2024 here at Live Target with Isaac Payne. He's going to show us some of the new stuff, new injection core technology. So some pretty cool baits. Isaac is a master at designing baits, and he's going to show us some of the stuff he came up with. Show us, Isaac. I know you have some just amazing baits here.
Let's start off with our new Live Target Sunfish, which has our ICT. We have 3 sizes. We have a 4.3, 3.8, and a 3.3. It comes in 8 colors, ranging from whatever you may want, like a more crappie pattern, all the way into some of your chartreuse colors that you might want in your dirty water versus your clear colored water. We also have our new Live Target Shad. It comes in 8 colors. You have your perch, your trout colors, some of your normal shad, different colors like that you may need in dirty or clear water.
So tell me, stop for a second. Tell me about the tail. This tail is a little bit different, maybe a little odd looking, like different than some swim baits out there. So why this kind of a boot tail? But
really good question. We actually using we call it our dual oscillator tail. And when you look at the tail, it has a flat surface, which allows the bait to run true at any speed, no matter what gear ratio you're using. We don't want our product to burn out. We want it to fish in the strike zone like you want it to be. The top and bottom portions of that tail, so we have our flat surface, you have a top angle and a bottom angle. So that allows it to want to compete against each other, to give it a little more hunting action, but not rolling over on its side. So we really want a shad, our gizzard shad, to run the way it should. That's why we went with that, but also we wanted to have our injected core tail inside of it. So the cool thing about the ICT is that our color is on the inside with a digital print on the outside. So your color is not going to fade.
And these have a slit in the body where you can run an open hook with a screw lock on the end?
Yes, they do. I'm going to grab one really quick and come back so we can talk about it. So here's your belly slot. So this one fits a 10-aught hook. Has a split fin on the back, which
like
actually
a weed
moves.
guard?
Yes, and there's your tail. But really, you can see that action. So we really wanted to give you that belly slot so you can fit whatever your favorite hook is inside of this product. Really important for rigging to make sure that you as an angler can do the things you want to do and save some time and catch big fish.
Nice.
Also, next, let's move to our frog. Our Ferrari frogs, the Freestyle Frog 2.0 is our new Live Target frog. We have 11 colors here we're featuring. We want to be able to go from chocolate colored water or coffee stained water, tannic colored water, clear or green. So we wanted to make sure we color that range. So we have 11 colors. He comes in 3 sizes, a 2-inch, a 2.5, and a 3-inch. Most of you all may not have used a 3-inch frog as big as that guy. It's really good for fishing in the pads and thick mats and cheese to really call those fish up to come eat. So I actually really think that's a really good addition to our lineup. And if you're more of a stealthy fisherman, you really want a smaller profile, you can go with our smaller 2-inch, which I really love as well. One thing about the frog, you mind holding this for me? Thank you so much. One thing about the frog is that it floats a hook. So we have a 5/0 assault wide gap hook. What's really cool about it is it has a good hollow body core, which allows it to float, and these legs are allowed to swim on top of the water. What's really important is that when the fish bites it, yes, the bait comes down, but it also has additional bite gap to make sure you have a good hookup ratio when you catch that fish. Besides for the holographic 3D eyes, we really wanted to make sure you had a real frog to fish with, not just silicone legs, which has a place, but a real frog always has its place as well. So that's why I refer this to our Live Target Freestyle frog. Let's move over to the other side. Let's check out our craw. We have our Live Target crawfish. He comes in 2 sizes, a 3.8 and a 2.8. That's a beautiful color right there. I love it. We refer to it as blue-green. So it actually has 2 colors injected on the inside and 1 color injected on the outside. It has a transparent color, which allows it to have refracted light when it's underwater. So we have a good range. So whether you're a normal green, kind of green pumpkin kind of guy, or maybe a peanut butter and jelly, or maybe you're more into the red or the oranges, we wanted to cover it all. But something that's really nice is your yellow. I call it pink lemonade, but the official color name is natural pumpkin. That's my favorite because it looks like a real craw.
Do these sink when you hook them up with a hook with no weight, or do they float?
They will sink. They want to float, but when you put the hook in it, it's going to sink because the hook has a little weight. We're not putting any salt in these products because we want to make sure that not only does the bait sink, but our appendages will float. So when you're on the bottom of the water, it will move. So if you're familiar with dead sticking a jerk bait, which is twitching, and leaving it there, letting them get bit, the crawfish will do the same. You can leave him on the bottom and the arms are going to move on its own, so the fish will eat it. You do not have to twitch or move him to get action.
But you could throw this like weightless up next to a dock,
yes,
and it would float down real slow.
He will float down really slow. I would recommend more of a heavy duty hook for that. It'll give you a little extra, or more of a beefed up single hook is what I recommend. We mustad, to be specific, a mustad assault heavy hook is what I would use in a 5/0.
Nice. Okay.
Here's some rigging
and
diagrams.
Here's how you rig it right here. Okay.
Which is really cool. We also have it on our packaging as well. So you can have tail out or tail at an angle. I prefer it this way for Texas rig guys, but if you want to fish it without a weight, I would have the tail out.
It's all right. Right away.
Last, we have our worms, which is really cool. Everybody knows how to fish a worm. So we have a stick worm, we have a straight tail worm, and we have a finesse worm. We offer 17 colors across all of these profiles. There's 10 profiles. And we have 3 sizes on the finesse, 3 on the straight tail, 3 on the stick worm.
Injected the same way as the other?
Injected the same. We actually are featuring a 4-color injection on these ICT. We know there's a lot of worms on the market. We wanted to increase the realistic of our worms because we are live target, and we're also using our ICT. So we offer 4 colors. I don't know if it's ever been done before, but we offer 4 colors in one lure. Radial color, so it's not laminated.
The stick worms, do those float or do they sink?
Really good question. So the top one here, our 6 and our 5, they have salt. We're actually injecting half the amount of salt in them so we can sink half the speed. So we're more of a slow sinker. We wanted to give the angler an opportunity, especially if you're fishing in shallow water. It will sink a lot slower, stay in the strike zone longer versus go straight to the bottom really fast. That was important to us. On our 3-inch and 4-inch, in every other model, there is not salt. So we only offer salt in our 5- and 6-inch models.
So those ones will float up?
Yes, when you have your jig head on the bottom. So your Ned rig or your 3-inch stick worm will sit on the bottom like this and quiver the same way you want them to be when you're fishing.
And then the finesse worm will
really good on the shaky head. Really good on the shaky head. It'll have a nice angle, 45-degree angle, 60-degree angle on the taper on the tail. Some really good renderings of our colors. My favorite is brown chartreuse, green, blue, and then pink, purple. But they're all really nice. We wanted to cover all fisheries because we're sell as a global brand. So you want to check out some packaging, or you guys? What do you think? You want to touch some of the baits here?
Sure, real quick.
Okay, time, no problem. I don't know if you want to pick up any since I've been talking a lot.
So we got that, and then so we have the big frog rigged with a big heavy-duty hook.
That's an 8/0 hook, actually. We also have our 2.5-inch frog, if you want to show them that, with a 5/0 assault mustad hook.
And these legs are durable, but they will pull off if you
over
rip
time.
Them hard
yes,
enough.
That's why we offer them in a 2 to 4 pack. So we're really going after the guy with a PVC unrigged profile.
And the crawfish.
There's your tail out version, and you have your tail tucked in version.
You could probably also rig this on a Ned head.
Absolutely. Especially in a little smaller size if you like. That was our 3.8, and here's your 2.8.
I could see, I know my kayak guys, they really like throwing those little teeny finesse baits up under the dock. And I could see this one working really well.
And again, no salt. He's still going to have that natural movement. Here's a good one for you. This is our stick worm in the 3-inch Ned. So you can see he's very soft to touch. We have, like I said, ICT, an inner outer body. So the fish will hold on to it. And it's also durable. Full color injection. Maybe show them whichever one else you think you like, but this is probably something popular. It's a 6-inch stick worm.
6-inch, yeah. And this one has salt, and it'll sink. Good looking stick worm. Right.
Very durable. And then lastly, let's show them a straight tail. It's more of your June bug, blue-purple color. It's got a tack offset hook, so not just a wide gap. Most of you guys may prefer to fish a tack offset, which I prefer.
So there's the offset.
Yep. And it's our alpha point technology.
Great lineup, Isaac. Good job putting it all together.
Thank you so much.
So, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.